All right, we're
Fine.
live. Brian and John working on codealia. We should see if we can get some multiple preview regions supported today. So as I remember, last thing we did was we basically sucked everything out of a controller and into a service.
Yep.
Um, all right, so we're thinking, maybe I'll open the test before I go any further. What's the name of the spec file?
Um, Additive
Let's search.
factory test spec. You can just look for spec.js.
Yeah, there we go. Um, all right. Is there any smart way to write an acceptance test for the functionality that we want to implement?
Um, we could just add two fixtures with the CDL preview, have Angular compile that, and then change something on both of them, and well, oh, what exactly do we want our editor to do when we have multiple editable regions? I suppose the simplest thing is we want to have like you know even a list of tabs that we can swap through, and then the source code switches between the
Hmm.
tabs. Yeah, so we want that. So what we basically want is we can set up two fixtures. They both have CDL preview on it, and then on the editor, when I click um, this link, I want, I mean, this tab, I want to switch. I want the contents of the editor to switch to whatever's inside the preview.
Right. Now I'm noticing we never defined a fixture to begin with for a preview region.
That's a good point. Oh, well, set editors, update preview, possibly in one of those.
Okay.
Hmm. Okay, so
So,
yeah, I never actually tested the CDL editable region. I only manually set the edit. Oh, because this is in the factory, I don't want to test the CDL preview part here. Hmm. I wonder if this was the right approach.
what the test you're looking at now?
Yep. What do you think?
What is the flaw? Or what could be the flaw?
Well, hmm, I'm only testing make editable rather than CDL preview. But I guess this for a unit test, this is what it should be doing. I guess what we're missing is the integration test where we have CDL preview and it should behave
Hmm.
like, yeah, something.
Right. Okay. Yeah, we don't have any CDL anythings in
Yeah,
our tests. Yeah, maybe. Okay, let me
I
just.
guess that makes it a bit easier. Well,
Yeah,
uh, anyway, we should learn how to force Angular to recompile things. So it's good to throw in an integration test.
sure. Okay, so I want to find the HTML where we have all the, just so I can see all the directives in one place. I'm gonna look in Learning Workshop 2 or 2. No, where's that layout? It's in layouts, right? Two
Workshops, yeah.
workshops. Okay. Okay. Uh, and the other one is in. Ooh, I don't know how to use my fuzzy search. Isn't it part two? Well, okay, I don't do it. So CDL preview right here. Okay. All right. My mind's a little fuzzy right now. Uh, I'm just gonna open another describe block and start throwing things in there.
Whoa, should we really be testing, putting that in the editor factory test?
We can pull it out afterwards.
Okay. Fair enough.
Okay. So let me just get a before each block started, I guess. Uh, all right. So yeah, I wonder what happens if I uh, right. So if I just throw a random div in here, I forget what the syntax is for sandbox. So I'm not going to worry about that shorthand right now. We'll
Yeah.
just do div cdl preview slash div. Mm, oops. The other one is called cdl editor. CDL passions editor, right? Change word passions
Yep.
editor. So if I just throw that together on a page, is there any sort of reasonable assertion I can make?
What do you mean? What kind of assertion?
Like the text in the editor messing the view.
Hmm.
I feel like if we can do it this way, then we can start maybe writing a test for multiple preview regions. No.
Right. Well, close preview HTML into editor. Oh, okay. Yep. Makes sense.
Okay. So so I can just make an assertion. Where's actually? Let me look at that one down here that I liked. And
The best way is to actually call factory.editor or something like that. Yeah, and get value. Then you can insert that equals to whatever is inside the preview, because Ace will mangle the HTML, not mangle, but in order to get all that fancy syntax highlighting, it's gonna have to do a lot of things to the HTML, so it won't be the same. And it won't be exactly the same.
Okay.
How do you suspend Vim? Like
Control Z.
Control Z.
Yep, and then foreground to go back to what you had before. I think that's broader than Vim. That's just Unix behavior. Break from proc closure.
Okay.
Probably need to look at this in the browser. Undefined is not an object. Oh, okay. So I need to.
It's probably not compiled yet.
Yeah. I think I should just repeat this command. Injector.get editors factory. Any chance that'll do something?
No, I don't. Not sure if that's the right one. Let me look at the tests. Testing. Trying to look it up.
When I threw that in the before block, it now tells me can't find variable injector.
Okay. Oh yeah, because injector is not shared. I mean, it's not included there. You might have to do another before each inject function injector.
Oh, I see what you mean. Or I could just maybe pass the injector into the before each function. Or, oh, I see. I see what you mean. But are you seeing anything in documentation about recompiling the Angular?
Well, I'm looking at the Stack Overflow question. Let me just post a link. Trying to decipher the code. So Angular dot. Oh, there's an Angular dot element helper apparently. Angular dot element. Then he runs compile element scope. Okay. That's interesting.
What if I just did this a little differently?
Try using, well.
No, go ahead. Because
Yeah,
I think what I could do perhaps is factory might not have preview defined, but maybe that's just because I haven't, like I've been away from this code long enough that I can't remember if I need to do a bunch of stuff to get those things defined, just for the sake of the tests. What if I could, well, never mind. Like you were saying, it's actually a pain to get the editor HTML just by manually searching through the DOM. I'm going to put a debugger in here though and look at the DOM just out of curiosity.
Right. Hmm. Should we be using more Angular and less Jasmine jQuery? That's an interesting question. Because all this append
Um,
fixtures is Jasmine jQuery.
really?
Since Angular has its own like little way of appending elements, should we try and start migrating some of the test over to use pure Angular mocks?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Well, we can start with a few of them. Um, let me. Do you mind if I take over?
Sure.
Yeah. Let me see if this works. Oops, a bit too far. Oh, if it, that's it. Try running the test. Let's see if that broke.
Pretty severely. Everything is undefined.
Okay, probably because it's no longer a jQuery thing. Where are we using element? Element.parent. Okay, parent is probably undefined. That's a problem.
I could actually,
Uh,
let me get a debugger in here as well. You know what would be neat? Yeah.
yeah, let me. Hmm. No, element still has parent. Although, oh yeah, parent is siblings. Nope, element. Let's see. If I have some nested tags. Cool.
Okay, it seems to work pretty much like jQuery. You could do like, to get a child uh, div, element.find passions editor with the regular syntax.
Okay. Right. I think I know what my actual problem is. Okay. Try that.
Mm, Okay, 1 second. Let's try that in my. Interesting. That returns a collection of one element.
Yeah.
What if we do a zero on the end? I think we might want to slap a
Um,
zero on the end. I'm not sure.
no, I don't think so because jQuery that is a wrapper. I mean, replaces all elements with like an array-like thing.
Okay.
So if it's an array of something, that's good. That's perfect.
Right.
Slapping a zero at the end means we're getting the raw DOM object, and
Uh-huh.
that won't have any of the jQuery stuff on it.
I see.
But
Okay.
still breaks.
So that worked. Well, it for me
Oh.
it's going back to only breaking the one.
Oh, okay. Sorry. It was the lag on the screen. I saw the results from before.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Yep. So, actually, using Angular syntax isn't bad.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Hmm.
Although I'm
All
wondering
right.
why
Well
children.
then,
I'm gonna keep playing around with this. But yeah, you can go ahead. If you want, you can go ahead and convert the next bit of code to, well, code that we know is working.
mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, you can do that too.
It's probably not a thing. So yeah, let's look at the other code. This is
Hmm. Do you mind if I make a minor adjustment to my code previously?
sure.
Okay. Um, right around here, I'll instead use find.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So this is right. You can go back to whatever you're doing. Because I think that makes it more specific to the
Right.
element. Children actually returns all the children, which works just for a parent element with one child.
Yep.
But then I might be taking in more than I really want. So
Yeah.
find is more specific, yeah. So
So here
yeah,
we would
you can,
do element.find, right?
yeah, as long as you remember to assign element to Angular element or something.
Wait, why?
Um, Angular element actually returns the top level div as the element.
Okay.
Yeah, so you want to assign that to variable and then
Oh yeah, oh,
use
you're right.
that to
I'm sorry.
search.
Yeah, call it Papa. Mm, all right, let me run the tests. See if we broke stuff. Nope.
Cool.
not just doing the same thing? Okay, we're still good. All right, anyway.
Right. About the compiling, so have you seen the Stack Overflow question that I put in
Looking at it now.
on the chat? Yeah. So it looks like you have to do a before each inject, and in a function pass in $compile and root scope. So root scope is there just to generate a bunch of scopes,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have to compile each element individually. It looks like passing in the scope object. I guess that's how elements are compiled. A new scope is generated, passed in, and then the element will use that as the scope for the directive.
Okay. Well, sure. All right, let's try something like that.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yeah, I can't remember what's the shortcut for that, but I keep accidentally adding the hash rockets.
oh, it's HJK and L all have stuff tied to them. While in insert mode, control HJK and L.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so let's just copy paste this. That's what all good developers do. Mm-hmm. Set.
Oh yeah, that's quite annoying. Seems like there's no automatic way of doing that.
Oh well.
Yeah,
Oops.
it's pretty annoying for just simple copy paste.
Yeah.
If it's just a few lines, I wouldn't bother with that and just auto format whatever comes out.
True. I have to auto format anyway at this point. Sometimes I feel like the auto format is bad if it gets too far off. Maybe I'm just crazy.
Yeah, true.
Um, so can we actually get ourselves a nice little collection here and iterate over it?
Um,
Yeah, we could just make a list where we just pop in angular.element a bunch of times, right? Or does it
yeah,
not work that way? Yeah, we can do that.
you could, but with just two elements, it might be a bit more easier to read. Um, having them named separately.
Yeah, it's true.
One
We
can
can
be
do
editor,
that
one
later.
can preview here.
Oops. All right, so what we're going to do here equals
don't forget to put a var in front of them.
Okay.
Otherwise, you're sticking out onto the window,
Right.
which, is just polluting the global namespace.
Yep. Oops. All right. Looks like crap. Let's see what it does. Cannot call method get value of undefined. So before it was failing on factory.preview.html, I think.
Uh-huh.
Like if I just quickly comment out this before each block, see the error, I think is different. Shift I / escape. Okay. Let's double check this error message. Right, so it's not barfing on the first one. It's able to find a factory.preview. Just
Right.
do factory.editor right now. So
Do you
let me
think you
just
need to
undo
create
this.
new scopes for each of them?
Okay,
Or
so
just
why would
one?
that be?
I don't know, because you're passing in
Good
scope
point. What if I flip these
an
around and
already
see if the other one
initiated scope.
fails?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if it's worth just creating 2 it blocks and then having each one call one of the other. Just to know you're definitely sure only one of them is failing at a time.
True. All right, let's see if this changes the error message though.
Okay, yeah. Well, if
It does, but maybe that.
preview,
Why don't I change my test so that I don't even ask about the other one?
yeah, because it sort of depends on the order of which is called now.
Yeah. All right. And call method get value of undefined. Oh, yep, that's disappointing.
Okay.
Wait, okay. I still want to see if. I thought for a moment we had the first one working. I'm going to go back to testing the first one, but in this more isolated way. Let's see what it gives us. If it'll give us that hello inside there. Whatever. Okay. No, this worked. It actually came out with hello. This will pass if I put hello in here.
Okay. So it's the editor that's failing to compile or not saving itself.
Yeah. The CDL passions editor do the right thing to get factory.editor defined?
Yeah, it should be. Should be doing that. Well, this is not. You have to open CDL Passions editor.
True. But CDL Passions Editor should call set editor, which will be calling self.editor.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's look at CPL. Passions editor. Yeah, and it's calling set editor. I wonder if it has anything to do with the fact that there's a template URL being used here.
Good point.
Because in the actual text.
Yeah. Now, how in the world do you stop that? Let me see. Now that's gonna be an interesting one.
But either way, it wouldn't be undefined. Well, actually, it would be, right? Because it doesn't have access to whatever that comes up as. Because Jasmine is DOM agnostic. So it doesn't know where to
Yeah.
find that. Like, unless, if we had our template URL actually just be an inline template, that would be something different.
Yeah.
Alright, to the Google. Okay.
Oh, this looks complicated.
Are you looking at
Looks like you
ngMod?
have to do. Nope. Does that have anything? Because I'm just looking at the Stack Overflow question. It's from 2 years ago, so might be a bit dated. But looks like they had to do a lot of trouble dealing with template URLs.
I'm seeing a, well, hmm. So there's an argument for using karma here.
Mm-hmm.
So you're looking at the same thing with the preferred solution and the non-karma solution?
Oh no, I just opened that one up.
Okay.
Preferred solution, karma. Okay, so to make it easier on us, we could just try and migrate everything to using the non-Jasmine test runner. And since there's a lot of documentation out there with karma and
Karma
protractor
runs
and
Jasmine.
things,
That's not going to
yeah,
change stuff for us.
it runs Jasmine. Then we just have to get rid of the rake task. So we
Right.
won't use the rake task. We use karma.
Right.
What do you think?
Sounds good. I mean, if there's all these extra things that we didn't know about that we need now, like
Yeah.
karma to load templates with the ng HTML to JS preprocessor. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. This looks promising.
I'm gonna look up Rails karma, see if there's any blabber in the
Right.
blogosphere.
Okay. How about I toss in a chore? Because this looks like this story is going to get out of hand pretty quickly if we're going to do all these refactorings necessary to even test multiple editors. I just tossed in a story, swap to using, karma or something. or use more Angular, uh, preferred Angular tools or something.
Mm-hmm. This blog I'll post in the chat is from February 4, 2014. Rails, Angular, Karma, and Jasmine. So hopefully this will be everything we need.
Okay.
So Slack is pretty cool.
Yeah, you're getting all that notifications.
Yeah, I like it.
Hmm. Have you just started using
Mm-hmm. Yesterday.
Oh, cool. I've been keeping it on. It's been quiet lately, but now that Sam's been trying to push for more activity in there. Yeah, I'm getting more information. It's good.
I like that it's got some of the markdown stuff for like code.
Oh yeah,
I haven't used it yet, but
that is essential.
all right, let me take a look at our gem file. So is anything that we just did worth keeping? Should we roll it all away? We might end up nuking this test suite several times. Really, the only
Um,
productive thing we did was switch a couple elements over to Angular.element.
yeah. I think we'll be keeping the whole file. We're not gonna remove anything in the file. I think it's everything outside that, like the Jasmine YAML. That's all going away in favor of whatever configuration file Karma uses.
Mm-hmm.
Karma and Protractor. So we're gonna be using a completely different system.
Yeah. I would say we shouldn't unit test until a little bit later. I think we should just focus on how to write awesome acceptance tests.
Okay, fair enough. I'll go with that.
All right.
Ooh. Right, out of curiosity, do you know on GitHub when somebody tries to mention your name, do you know how to change like your the name that's mentioned on there? Not your GitHub username, but the friendly name that appears when you're trying to autocomplete the
Like
mention.
changing Yiggy to Brian Yap is what you're saying, or
Yep.
I do
Well, not
not
Yigi,
know.
but there is like an extra like an alias. For some reason, it's I don't know why. It's come for me. It's coming out as Sunbird or something random. Might have been an old username,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't know this until someone told me. Like whenever he tries to mention my name, he can't figure out the right name. Yeah, I've just been poking around GitHub and I haven't figured out how to change it. It's quite
Interesting.
annoying.
Holy
Yeah.
crap. Okay, so this article starts talking about get these gems, and I noticed that the source for the gems wasn't Ruby gems. There's something called railassets.org. I go to it, and it basically, I think, is a way that you can get a bunch of Bower packages as gems.
Huh. Railsassets.org.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
And we can list it as like a second source. You don't have to erase Ruby gems.
Right.
That's cool. I'm just gonna throw it in there and see what happens. Source. And he does something different to get Angular, but we'll skip that. But we'll go with the gem for Angular mocks. She has in development and test. So. Need to Angular in here.
Cool. This is awesome.
Oh, interesting. They've got a. Oh, no, not this manual. Oh, wait. Right. Yeah, it's manually done. Are you reading along this blog post?
Yep.
What does make dir dash p mean? And cd $ underscore? I guess I could look up.
I have no idea.
I'm gonna do make dir dash dash help. Dash p means parents. Make parent directories as needed.
Now that's cool. That will be. Sometimes I have to make there multiple times. Let me
I guess
test it out.
if you pass in app assets JavaScript Angular and it only had app assets, it'll make JavaScript as well as Angular. And then cd
Yeah.
underscore, I would guess, when it's tagged on like that, moves you into that directory because the next command seems to be assuming that you're in /Angular.
Let me try that. Make their cd underscore. Yeah. Now these are some awesome tricks. Now if I knew this long ago, it would have saved me so much trouble.
Mm-hmm. I do have a few cool things in my saved as an alias. I have one that I basically runs git status for me, and all the modified files that come up there, I
Mhm.
use awk to grab the file name and pipe it all into Vim. So I go Vim modified is the name of my alias, and it opens one of them. But then there's a command in Vim. All the rest will open in the background as buffers. And then if you type all, like ball,
Uh-huh.
it'll open all the windows. So sometimes I have like 3 files changed. I want to look at them one last time. Vim modified and then all, and I've got them all in front of me.
That's cool. I feel like I'm getting left behind now. So much stuff to learn.
Mm. So this is interesting, also from that area. Just .keep is the only thing that you need with Git. It can be an empty file named .keep,
Ah,
and that
yeah,
will keep
yeah.
that folder alive.
Yep. I've used a
Okay.
similar trick, but with git ignore. Um, Instead I have like an empty .git ignore in there. Or wait, no, that was to keep a directory, but I have contents in, yeah. Anyway, .keep will, as long as you have some file in there, it won't, git will,
Oh, so
not,
it's not like a
will add it,
special
yeah.
thing. It's just
No,
convention that people
as long
call
as
it
it's,
.keep.
yeah,
Gotcha.
.keep, just to, yeah, let people know if you want to keep that folder. I've used .git ignore for the same, uh, for the same purpose.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so we need a spec karma config. I'm just going to do that. -p. Actually, I should probably do a bundle install. Get that gem in here. Oh, interesting. It installed Rails assets Angular, even though I didn't tell it to. I wonder if that's going to cause any conflict.
I hope not, because then we have two Angular files.
Yeah.
We probably want to use whatever version they have in the Rails assets.
True.
Just to keep it, we don't want to fight with the framework too much. If somebody set something up, might as well use it.
Alright, I'm going to... Okay, so there's now a part that says now you must fetch some files. And it just says package.json, so I assume that's going into root. So...
Yeah. They assume node is around. I need to figure out if Travis CI has a node.
Okay. Dash O. Okay. Call it package.
Cool. So I think Travis should have node in there, so we can use npm hopefully. Because if we're gonna have a package.json,
Okay. Yeah. Okay, this is the way I'm going to do it. Oh. Okay. wget dash o, file name, copy link location. Do we have a libtask? We do. Okay. So we're making a karma.rake file, so I don't know if we're actually technically getting away from rake. Just FYI.
oh, we're getting away from Rake Jasmine.
True.
Rake Karma. That's interesting. I want to have a look at this guy's repo.
Oh, whoops, I did it the hard way. He just gave me all the stuff I could have copy pasted in there. With curl, too. Oh well. So now I am supposed to run npm install. Let's see what...
Phantom.js. Okay.
Sudo npm install.
Yeah.
Couldn't read dependencies. Failed to parse JSON. Okay, let's look at this package.json.
Failed to parse.
Oh, I think I downloaded the wrong thing. Look at this. This is not a package.json. Okay.
Nope, that is not package.json.
Yeah.
If you want to copy and paste from the browser, it's over here.
I'm actually wondering if all my stuff came up wrong. I'm gonna look in lib, task, karma, rake. Yeah, okay, I screwed all these up. Okay.
Unit.js. Okay.
Package.json. Okay. See anything interesting on his repo?
I'm having a look at this rake file. It's quite interesting, actually. Wonder what it's actually doing. Node modules. Hmm. Yeah,
Well, this failed the second time for me.
really.
Yeah. Now I got an empty everything. I wonder.
What is your root?
I defined it, just copy and pasting it. I wonder if he has a different URL. Let me click through on this.
The URL seemed right, because I copied straight from there, and I'm looking at his repo. I think what will be fun is actually us having to write our own karma. Or just execute karma directly without rake.
Right. What, make it executable and then treat it as such?
Well, I think karma should install like command line tools, shouldn't it? Well, I don't know. We'll need to investigate this a bit more. So it looks like this story is more beating Angular into shape than
Mm-hmm.
multiple editable regions. Oh well, we actually need this.
Yeah. So I'm trying to download it from the raw GitHub. Maybe I should just copy paste it instead, or do a remote, add him as a remote and start checking out these individual files.
Um,
Because you clicked through on the actual GitHub link, but he was trying to do this curl through the raw.github, which wasn't working.
I think if you hit raw, it's gonna be, oh, the URL might have changed.
Right.
Okay,
So
so
I'm
when I hit the raw, it's githubusercontent.com rather than GitHub. Is that what was on the root setting?
wait. Ask your question again?
Okay, so when I go to a file and like look for the raw link, it redirects me to raw.githubusercontent.com
Oh, I
rather
got you.
than.
I didn't realize there was a raw link for everything. I'm clicking that now. Let me compare.
His post might be a little outdated.
Sonny or Angular Rails example master. This looks right. It looks exactly correct. How did I
It's
screw
not
up
GitHub
the
user
thing
content.
then? Oh, yeah, you called it right. Okay. So I just need to change what root is defined as.
Hmm?
Okay. So this is the old one, and then I want to change it to, what is it exactly? raw.github usercontent.com. GitHub usercontent.com. Okay. So will curl overwrite the files if it downloaded a bunch of blank files, I wonder? Oh, it says file exists.
Mm.
But I bet there's
Yeah, there
curl.
has to be a.
Just gonna try curl-f. Nope.
Nope. Let's see. Curl. Right. He used a more than symbol. What do you call this? If you look at my screen, there's this Stack Exchange question.
Okay.
Curl something, and then point
Yeah,
to file. Does that
that's
work?
what I have here, but then if I already have that file, it's not letting me do it.
Oh,
Or maybe it is. Maybe it's just notifying me after. Let me just vim and open it. No, it's an empty file still.
okay.
Um, curl overwrite. No, okay, I'm looking at the same thing as you. Maybe it's something unique to CSH.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm just gonna delete these files again. Package. Wait, I have this in my history. How do I get skilled with this reverse history search thing?
Uh,
Like I type in
sorry?
arm-rf and okay, I'm trying to learn reverse history search. So I type in
Okay.
rm-rf and like,
I'm not sure.
is there a way to like scroll through different uses of that? Hmm. Okay. Clean again. Let's try this download again. All right. So I must have still screwed up the URL. Now I have not found. Uh,
Right, that's interesting.
so just type root. Oh, $ root.
I think echo.
Echo root would do it, yeah. It's right there, obviously, but just for practice. Echo root. Okay, and let me just click through on this and confirm that it comes up with a 400. And then slap on package.json. Oh no, it works. I
Hmm.
wonder if there's a double slash problem because the URL that I gave it ends with a slash, and then the thing
Hmm.
says root slash package.
Try surrounding it in quotes.
Which?
That should fix it.
It's running what in quotes?
The whole URL.
Wait, what?
Surround the URL in quotes when you're calling curl.
Okay. Uh, okay, so not found.
Still not found.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Let me try playing around with that.
I'm just gonna type echo root slash.
That's weird. I seem to have got it just fine. Follow his instructions. Well, I know calling straight from the URL works.
What did you do?
So I just copied whatever the URL was. Look when I was looking at the raw file. So I know the URL definitely works. It might just be the root not being set up correctly.
Mm,
Hmm. Wait, come to think of it. Root. Does your root end with a slash?
it does.
And when you're calling curl, you have another slash
Yeah,
before the
that's what I
package.
was saying. That might be
Okay.
the problem.
Yeah. Try
Did
getting
you
rid
do
of one of
yours?
the slashes.
Okay, yeah. Uh,
I haven't actually tried that. Let me do that now.
and now let's try the curl. I got
Well,
more
it's
data this time. Yep, it worked. So
cool.
that was it. All right.
Awesome. Well, that was a buggy blog post.
Yeah.
I wonder if he actually tested the code.
How dare he write a blog post without testing his code? Outrageous.
And about tests as well.
npm install. Well, that's working great now. Alright. Just throw that in there. Alright, so next is add node modules to get ignore. Okay, let's see what bundle exec rate karma run does. I didn't see anything happen. Was I supposed to? Yeah, definitely didn't.
His don't know what his rake tasks actually do.
Do I even
Let
have
me
a
see.
rake test for that?
Mind if I
Yeah, go ahead.
out okay, so he does have karma in there. Okay, so if you do node modules, node modules karma,
You
okay,
might need to chmod that before that works, right?
yeah, you might have to, and add that to your binary path. So if
Mm,
I say karma, no, nothing's happening.
I don't think you
Command
need.
not found.
Wait, let's do chmod.
Oh, sorry.
I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just copying what I saw someone else do once. Uh,
Oops. Was that me? Sorry.
so what was the thing we were trying to get at? What's the path of the thing? Oh, it's right up there.
Node modules, something, something.
Gotcha. Karma,
Yeah.
bin,
Have you had a look
karma.
at his rig file?
No.
Okay. Because it's quite a short one and you can actually see what he was doing. Um,
Alright, let me
let's
take
just
a look
have a
at
quick
that.
look at that.
The one in, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so he's calling system. That's probably running like a shell command. Node modules dot bin. Okay. So is there a dot bin directory? Something. So he had it as dot bin. I wonder if that's still applicable because it was in a public bin.
Yeah, there is a dot bin.
Okay. So in dot bin, there's no karma.
But there's not much in there other than Phantom.js.
Okay,
That could be why.
but there is a karma in bin. If you go back, if you open the rake task and remove that dot, I wonder if that
Gotcha.
will work.
Right, okay. Vim, lit, and we go 15J, 4.4.x, and what was the command I should try now? Bundle exec rake.
Start. or run.
Right. Bottleneck state. Rate
Karma.
run. Just
No.
immediately return. Let
Let's
me.
see.
I never tried start though. Maybe I need to do that first.
I don't think that matters, but yeah, why not? Go ahead.
Now let me try the run. Yeah, nothing.
No, I don't think it works that way.
Mm.
Well, his break task is quite buggy, but all right. Let's see. F dot path args. I don't really know what's that supposed to do. Okay. Let's see. Node modules. Bin. No.
Do you want to have like a dot
Karma.
slash in front of all this?
Yeah. Just to be safe. Dot slash. So karma. Bin. Karma dot. Oh no. Start. Was it? Okay, so this is what we should be seeing.
You certainly are a software magician. Let me look at that rake task. So you figured out that the command it was passing it. Let me see command. Oh, I see
System.
what you mean. Cool.
So he also created a temp file to run this command in.
Okay.
And he had some other arguments. So I guess the temp file is to write karma specific stuff. Okay, that makes sense. So I wonder why system isn't working. System dot slash. Yeah, he is using dot slash.
I mean, we could just. Does debugger work within the middle of a rake task? It'd be cool if we could inspect the values of like command and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yep, it should work as long as we have the debugger set up.
Um, so I should try the regular way with karma run. Okay, cool. Caught my debugger. So let's see what the command is. That worked. Now, when you got this to run just now, let me scroll up and compare commands. Do you think that I'm pretty sure when a symbol gets interpolated into a string, it comes out as a string, right?
Oh well, let's test it out. Yep, perfect.
Yeah, it does. So, is it the trailing spaces for like f dot path? Or I wonder if f dot path is messing things up.
It looks
Let's see.
alright. That all looks fine. Maybe a system that's incompatible with whatever Ruby version he had.
So let me just throw that entire line in there. Just print
Nil.
nil.
Let me figure out what this system.
Object dot methods.
Surround your command with backticks. Oh,
F.
okay. That's interesting.
What is system being called on here?
System is a Ruby built-in thing like race.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't. Okay.
What if system is exiting immediately? Hmm. Let me play with IRB for a little bit.
I just actually ran system IRB from the debugger and it dropped me into an IRB. So it
Really?
seems to work. Yep.
Yeah. So it seems to wait as well when you're calling commands that run for a long time.
What if
I'm just,
we tried from the command line? Yeah. Okay.
I wonder if system is being called relative. Uh, why not just try calling system whatever? See what we got.
Oh. All right.
Now, how do you get your how do you get that to behave properly?
What?
Um, the highlighting and copying and pasting. Because I know
You do
with.
it with the shift key.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Shift. Ah, that's helpful.
Oh, wait a second. I still have a dot bin in here. What? I'm a dumbass. Let's go.
Nope.
Do we not have a node modules bin karma tracker?
Oh, it's Karma bin.
Oh,
That makes
okay.
sense.
Lib tasks. So node modules slash karma slash bin slash karma. Is that it?
Slash Karma slash. Oh wait. So there's a top level Karma slash bin. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So that could have been a problem.
I would say so. All right, so now we could do bundle. Yeah, whatever. I'm gonna type it again. Bundle exec break karma. Doesn't immediately return, and then it starts complaining. Cannot load Phantom.js. It is not registered.
Well, that's a lot better than before.
Okay.
How long you be there for?
Oh, it's fun to stay the night.
How many were you doing that for?
I was gonna be done right around there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you have to. I was just wondering. I was
Okay.
but she's gonna come over and hang out.
Okay, sounds good. All right, sorry. What were you going to say? Fine.
Um, Nothing. I must have forgotten whatever it was.
Where
Yeah,
was I
well,
looking that I
I'm just
saw
saying.
Phantom just now?
Um, Package.json.
Oh, I looked inside .bin. Maybe there's a reason why he had .bin in here. Because if we look inside,
Ah, okay. Yeah, so maybe some other step wasn't run properly. It should have been moved to .bin somehow.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right. Phantom JS is in there. So there should be a karma, no, a .bin and a karma, another karma in there. You can just, you probably can just copy the executable karma into
So
the
you think I
.bin
should
directory.
just do copy node modules karma / star that into.
Bin, no, bin/karma. Karma,
So I should only grab the executable. You don't think I need anything
yeah,
else? Okay.
yeah. Now this is a hacky way to do things. We
Whatever.
probably want to investigate whether or not this is how Node works right now. It might be Node has updated itself. Because we are using NPM. We haven't really, have much experience.
Yeah.
Well, just out of curiosity, let's see if this works.
And I need
So
to
you want
now
to copy
type. So am I
karma
gonna
in
have
there.
.bin/bin, or do you think I'm just gonna do .bin karma like that?
Just slash bin, it's fine. It'll copy karma into the bin directory. You don't need to give a file name.
So I could just stop there, you're saying?
Yeah. Then if
Okay.
it's not, oh well, if, okay, try running.
Oh, I need to update the place that
Yeah,
it
you need to
looks.
update
Yeah,
the
yeah.
old file. Yep. If that works, I think I'm gonna call it a day for myself. Gotta wake up early again tomorrow.
Yeah, no doubt. Replace
Yeah.
that with a dot, and now we're calling that executable karma. So that now makes
Yep.
sense. Well, completely different error. Looks
Okay. Looks like it's trying to look for other stuff that karma depends on. Okay, so just copying one executable isn't enough. It's looking for libcli stuff.
so. Do we have a lib inside
Let's find out. I mean, just
tree dot node module
I
karma
could.
/ oh, that's actually a ton of stuff. I'm just gonna open this in Nautilus. Yeah, so there's a lib directory with a ton of stuff.
Okay. So
Did we skip a
there
step?
is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
look
we
at
might
this
have
stuff.
skipped a step. This doesn't feel right. Or that npm itself is updated since the
True.
uh
But I mean,
what
it looks like
4th
we
of February.
like why would his this .bin directory? Uh, yeah, actually, I don't know.
Did you rerun npm install or something?
I only ran it once.
Okay.
I think I should run it again.
But after, no, once you got the correct package.json,
Mm-hmm.
should be fine.
See if there's any comments on this article. There are.
Yeah.
I love people with their like 5-page error reports. Hmm. Okay. Application spec files. So, have you figured out what's happening in the lower two private methods of this reg task? Because maybe that is the only thing that requires a little tweaking.
Not quite.
Yeah, actually, now that I look at it, none of that has to do with the directories we were working with. It's all has to do with the spec karma directory.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just open an issue on this guy's page, this repo. New issue.
Right. Right. I'm afraid I can't stay much longer. I've got to go.
No problem.
It's going past my bedtime, so
Right.
yeah. Wish I had more time, really. I'd like to play a bit more with Angular
Yeah.
and Ember. Yeah.
You should
Oh,
quit.
I
You should quit your job.
probably. Huh? That isn't such a bad idea, actually. Nah, I'm learning a lot in there too. So, it's just too much stuff coming in at once. Yeah. By the way, I don't know how much did I show last time, but I've got a whole graph thing coming out now
Oh
of
yeah,
that Ember. Yeah.
with D3.
Yep. With D3, and it's got axes and everything. Oh. Uh-oh. Well. Huh. That's interesting. Okay, so this is working purely off this cache. The cache page. The Rails server is down, but it's still working, which is cool. It's working. Yeah, so it's plotting this nice, neat little graph.
By the way, you just reminded me. I had one person say, "Okay, so what do you know about caching?" I told them I literally know nothing about caching, and fortunately, it didn't seem to throw things off too badly. But is there like something I should read about caching? I was like, I don't work with applications that right now have enough traffic flow, so whatever the Rails defaults are is all we use.
Personally, I haven't dealt a lot with caching either.
Okay.
Yeah, none of the applications that I've the parts that I've worked in don't actually use caching unless,
Well,
well,
they
they've
use
already
it,
set
but I
up the
think there's a
cache.
lot of a lot of default
Yeah,
settings with
yeah,
Rails, which I
it
should at least
is.
investigate what the defaults are, I suppose.
Yeah, there's a couple of interesting things like you can cache parts of the page. So like
Yeah.
the application layout, the header and the footer, you can cache that part. I'm really not sure how to trigger all these stuff. But yeah, lots of interesting things you could be caching. So this is just a browser caching the page, and I'm just navigating back and front. And JavaScript being triggered correctly. That's all I need to care. Yeah. So you can
Cool.
actually, this is for website 1. You can see how it was going really quickly in the start, and then it just slowly started to
A lot of that's deceptive, though. I mean, you probably had generators running stuff at the start, and so 10,000 lines of application code was
Oh yeah,
created
but
at
this is
once.
story points. This is measured in story
Oh,
points.
okay. I gotcha.
Yeah. So it's how much that Sam actually clicked accept on.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not looking at chores or bugs, just purely estimated story points. Now that I've got this thing up, I might want to tidy it up a little bit and then start throwing more stuff on it. And I can push up something on Heroku, and then maybe you guys can just, play around with whatever project you're looking at. But, not many projects, to be honest, have a lot of interesting things happening.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, let me have a look at local support. How might that look like? Codealia doesn't look like anything at all. It's just too early to do this kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, if I run it twice, the graph just gets drawn one over the other, which isn't ideal, but
Oh, wow, okay. I see.
yeah. So you were going quite steady to begin with, and I don't know what happened here. All of a sudden, maybe it could be just that Sam's been pretty busy. He
Yep.
has been staying away from pull requests. All of a sudden, one day he just clicked accept on a bunch of them,
Mm-hmm.
which would explain this drop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hmm. Interesting.
Cool.
It's just interesting to have this kind of graphs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good for my work at least. Well, right now it's not offering more than what we had before, but once I throw in a couple of more analysis into it, it's gonna be more useful.
I like ding
Yeah,
imagery.
not sure what would be useful to us though, as an open like with open source projects, things tend to go a bit slowly.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of graph is more useful for teams that are constantly working
Mm-hmm.
and have to meet a certain number of story points. Yeah, I have to think about it. Sam hasn't bothered to start accepting any of these bugs.
Uh, with what?
Has he been busy? Well, he's the client for website 1.
Oh,
I
right.
just didn't have any time to set up client anything myself. Um, hmm. I wonder who's been working on website 1 lately.
Raphael and I have paired a few times now on
Mm.
the
On the
authentication controller.
authentication. Yeah.
Yep.
Have you guys made any progress? I know there's a pull
Yeah.
request sitting there, but
I'm not sure what his
is it
pull
ready to
request.
review?
I don't think so. I think he would say
Yeah.
something if it was.
Yeah, I thought so. Because
But
I know there's nothing much on it right now.
yeah, I think what we're basically going to end up have are objects that pertain to particular providers for OmniAuth. So like a GitHub one and a G Plus one, and then I
Right.
guess
Yes.
yeah, and I think that's going to
Uh,
sort of encapsulate a lot of this specific functionality.
right. That's what I would go for as well. I would also probably delegate all these if statements into separate methods. If
Right.
something, then all this logic for creating the service gets passed on to another private method or something.
Right. I mean, ideally, we won't have conditionals at all. It'll just be polymorphism, where we have some object running through, and we don't need to ask if current user and authentication are present. But we haven't quite reached that level. We might need to play with a null user.
Oh, okay. Right.
Anyway, I'm about to just send this quick thing to the guy. What should I say about the rake? I noticed that the rake task. Uh, Let me get that specific line. Is this your bedtime jam?
Oh no. It's actually a stupid bug in one of my phone's applications. It's supposed to be, that's my ringtone,
Uh huh.
Yeah, like when somebody calls me, that's the ringtone. For some reason, it's being triggered for a message, text message, which is really annoying. Yeah. Oh well. Anyway. Alright, I made a comment in one of the pull requests, and I was quite happy with my own suggestion. Let's see. Yeah, at some point here I suggested having, maybe you could have something like this, where you could have it such that the function returns a true, and then you can, well, a true when it succeeds, and then you can write it all in one line like this.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. So that would return true, or else what?
If it returns true, then none of these functions will execute. Like, it will only, so it'll try to link YouTube first.
Because of what's it called? Switch. What the heck am I trying to say? Where basically when the first one returns true, all the rest don't run.
Yeah.
I gotcha. That's actually. Okay, I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, this is what I was trying to go for if I were to write it myself. A little word of warning. I found out that this OR and the double pipe OR is actually different.
Yep.
And not
I
quite the
think the
same.
one that we would want here, actually, you're saying that we wouldn't want the double pipe? We would just want the.
No, we want
OR?
the double pipe, actually.
Okay, right. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Or, actually, no, it wouldn't matter. But either way, but we'll just
I think
stick
it only
to
matters
double
at the
pipe.
end. The double pipe, or not the double pipe, the double pretzel. Okay,
Mhm.
sure.
Yeah. The OR has a very, like, in terms of like operational precedence, or this literal OR has a very low precedence.
Yep.
So when you write something, for example, let me just bring up my console. If you write something like element equals to find something or default, this won't execute the same way you would want it to, because equal will actually have a higher precedence than or.
Really?
And then it'll execute element equals to find something. And then if this is false, that means element comes out as nothing, then it'll execute just default without the equal. So it's a very weird thing. So having it this way ensures that you're doing what you think you're doing.
Right.
Or you can have this in brackets and then, or just to force it to execute. But I've been looking it up, and the best practice is just to avoid or at all, even though it's more readable, which I find it a waste.
I mean, we do use. Yeah. I don't think it's very common, but you do see in Rails end return, and it's actually spelled out AND, the intentionally low priority one.
Okay.
Like redirect to blah 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 end return. I'm not sure if there's a reason why. I think there is a reason why they don't use a double ampersand there.
I'm not and return. I haven't thought of using that way. So if something and return.
No, it's pretty common.
And return. Okay.
At least with like. Well, I don't. Not
I
then
suppose.
and
return. So do something and return. Yeah. Okay. I guess if, as long as you don't have any other operators using or is fine.
Right.
But again, it might confuse people when they see this, they try to use it, and it doesn't work as they
Right.
expected it to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's your call, what to do with it. I think you can go with either way. I'd accept either. To be honest, I'd accept either ways.
Mhm.
Double pipe symbols or literal or.
Mhm.
Yeah. The only thing about using this way is you have to make sure that
Yep.
every time it's a success, whatever you've tried to do, or no, it's been handled, then you return true. Otherwise, you return false.
Mhm.
Yeah. So doing it this way makes it
We could
very
definitely do
readable.
that. Like you. Yeah, exactly. Because we wouldn't have to worry about the actual service returning true, like you have here, just
Yeah.
these private little wrapper methods that will let the service do its thing, and then, yeah,
Yeah.
that could work.
Yeah. Definitely bring this up with Raphael again.
I will.
All right. Anyway, I got to go. It's bedtime here.
Yep.
So yeah, it was good pairing with you. Learned learned quite a lot of new tricks, actually, new command line tricks. Yeah, I want to spend more time getting codealia set up with the proper Angular tools.
Yeah.
Although we shouldn't spend too much time on it. We have to try and speed things up. So if you think you
Mm.
can do some solo work on it, just go ahead
Okay.
and maybe um, just keep an open pull request to codealia so that I can review the code, whatever you've put in, continuously.
Sure.
Yeah, so I can catch up without having, while I'm at work when I have a couple of minutes to spare, just to look over the code. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So it'll be much easier for me to work that way. Cool.
Sure.
All right. Yeah. I guess I'll see you tomorrow then.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. Cool.
All
Good
right.
night.
Bye.